Welcome to this week's edition of the MMA Analysis podcast. I am your host, Lance Fishel. Brad just super fucked up the countdown. It's the Wayne's World. It's 5, 4.
Yeah, well, I already hit go live because you fuckers. I did 3, 2, and then one of these, but the arm wasn't high enough.
Where's the
arm wasn't high enough.
Well, just
the one's silent.
Yeah, First of
just
all,
do it live. Fuck it.
Jimmy Garoppolo, the one true king of San Francisco. Suck it, Trey Lance. He's that guy.
Oh, man.
I'm glad New Sean's not on the show. I'll start with that because I would not want to hear him talk about Nate Diaz. after
what? What? Motherfucker.
He doesn't.
That whole couple of days was pretty amazing though. Like it's scripted and shit as it was. I think like it was pretty amazing too. Like you talk about the MMA gods looking down on Nate Diaz, like because he was a dead man, like an absolute dead man walking.
Oh yeah.
It was great. I love the whole thing. Like, I'm not like the WWE whatever guy, but like anyone likes some drama, right? And I think when all this stuff was happening, the press conference and the weigh and shit, like I was fucking.
Twitter blew up. Yeah, I mean, dude, ESPN was cutting in and shit. Like, it definitely brought. That's why I don't think all that was like planned and shit, but like, Cumshot was off weight, like straight up. He wasn't gonna make. They said, oh well, he started cramping up at 4 the night before. Like, bullshit, dude. There's like pictures of him out at Smashburger bars with fucking Darren Till.
I saw that.
His coach even admitted it after the fact. He's like, no, the doctors didn't say anything. I told them to stop cutting weight.
So like they knew he was gonna miss weight horribly, and they set it all up. That whole shit was a fucking setup. You can't.
I don't believe in that. I'm not a conspiracy guy.
I don't know that it was all set up. But
you don't think that they didn't push him into just like getting into like some verbal altercation with Holland to kind of pop that?
No.
That just had. Well, I
don't think you need to with those guys.
No, they didn't.
Even take that away. I think they absolutely knew that he was going to miss weight horribly, and they were gonna rearrange those fights. They were just looking for a way to do it.
I agree they're going to rearrange the fights because of the weight stuff, and obviously they knew early on than we knew that he was off weight. I'm back. That he was off weight by 8 pounds. And the funny thing with how this played together is, can you think of another card where you had your 3 top fights all in this jam-packed little weight class where you could literally just push and pull? And I thought the card would not have been nearly as good if it wasn't for the changes. It
would have been 3 murders.
I thoroughly enjoyed the Nate Diaz Tony Ferguson fight.
Yeah,
I really did. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was great. Everything was great. It also helped I swept the main card. Sweeping the main card helps with the enjoyment of the card. But like I enjoyed all of it. Chimaev on the mic afterwards.
Holland being in a 180-pound catch weight fight already, so that lines you up with Cumshot being almost 10 pounds off weight.
Great.
I mean, only Jangalang kind of got a little raw in the deal, and then to lose a close decision like he did. But I think Jangalang even came out on top. Like people were like, hell yeah, he took the fight on short notice against a guy that was 10 pounds over, which he really, I mean, not really, but.
Everyone kept saying Jing Liang is the one that got the short end of the stick. Kevin fucking Holland?
Yeah.
like, would you rather fight Daniel Rodriguez 10 pounds more or Chimaev?
Dude,
yeah.
That's what I mean. I think he's an absolute bum for coming in and missing weight like that and doing all that shit. Like, but man, that dude is unfucking believable. Like he is not that. Like Kevin Holland is no bum, dude. Like he's no scrub, and he just obliterated that guy.
Especially on the ground.
I mean, that was crazy. Yeah, like, nobody does that to Holland on the mat like that. That shit was that was pretty impressive, man. It was pretty fucking impressive. Yeah, like the Holland video of him like young, like say he's like getting paid. He's doing the dancing like Holland got a check, bro. Holly got it. Imagine the check that Nate got. Imagine the check that he got. Most of those dudes, they got paid, except Cumshot.
It worked out. I thought the fights were better. I thought everything else, but I just kept getting sick of people saying poor Jing Liang when fucking Kevin Holland fought Chimaev on 1 day's notice. Like that motherfucker got, I don't care how much money. Like he got screwed a lot more than Jing Liang. Everyone's crying robbery on that or whatever. We'll get into it, but it was a pretty awful fight that not a lot happened. And those are the fights that I usually don't get too mad about. But let's jump in. We'll start at the bottom of the card, welterweight division. Johan defeated Darian Weeks, split decision. I was a little bit late to the card. I did not see this one. I started on the next fight. Kids, you guys got anything?
I saw it. It was close. Could have gone either way. Fight wasn't great. Next.
I had the over. Was it perfect? Perfect for the over?
Yep.
Fight was terrible.
There you go. Fun, terrible fight. Yeah, we didn't really start off with bangers to this card, and then it got good. Women's strawweight, Elise Reed defeated Melissa Martinez. Who cares?
Low-level women's MMA. Take the dog. How many times do we have to say it?
Yeah, awful. Awful. Bantamweight, Alaton Haili defeated Chad Ellinger, 30-27 across the board. Canadian guy was tough. Not very good, but tough. You should take some respect.
Not very good.
Canadian's
just not good.
God,
why we're gonna bet on a bunch of them again this week.
How did we talk ourselves into betting on that dude? Like I don't know. They talked me into it kind of on the show.
Did you bet Ed Hillier?
I mean, I did. I was gonna pass, but then it wasn't good, man. Dan Tom was on, and you know how he can, he can word his shit 10 times better than I ever could. So they're convincing me, and then the next day I throw some money on him, and he gets absolutely fucking smoked.
Great. I played TKO like plus 600.
I sprinkled on that too. Yeah, I had a little on that too. What are you gonna do?
That's great. Women's featherweight, Norma Dermond defeated Danielle Wolf. I legit I don't think I looked away from the football the entire fight. Like I don't think I even went like this on the whole fight on my 2 TVs. So I got nothing.
It's a crime that she wasn't able to submit that chick.
I had her inside the distance and a little sub, dude. Like that was bad. That hurt. I thought that was just cashed easily. Nope. It was like plus 250 or something, dude.
Laughable that was in the UFC.
So here's where we started getting fun.
Immediately, so much fun. Oh, incredible.
Highest catch weight of all time, 267.5.
This man.
Chris Barnett, Jake Collier. Chris Barnett got fucking Bell's palsy and AIDS and all that
stroke. Dude had a stroke.
He died. Like, I don't get nervous, and I'm not like, stop the fight. Oh, he's hurt. I don't care about the fighters. I just don't. It's not my thing. Whatever. If you want to die, you want to die. I thought he was gonna die. When he's going like this, I was like, man, this guy's fucked up. I was like, there's something really, really bad going on right here. Man, that was not good. That was not good.
There's nothing wrong with him. Like it's literally just.
Was that like a nervous thing or something? Was he like chewing on his mouth guard or something?
No, he was no idea. He got Bell's palsy mid-fight.
Shit was wild to watch. Yeah, it was kind of scary. Yeah,
that was really, really good. Collier should be in prison. I want to read
second heavyweight ever to like miss weight. Yeah, fucking Collier, man.
Jake Collier, so fucking bad. Just I didn't even know. I think I did it by accident. I picked Chris Barnett and Toutmaster, which really helped me bump up a little bit. All right.
Chris Barnett, new T-shirt in the pool champ.
He's got to be the champ now.
Legend.
Hard to beat.
Need to bring back Roque Martinez for title shot.
He's Hall of Fame T-shirt in the pool. Yeah. Middleweight, I'm pissed at myself. This is my last cut. I didn't play it. Dennis Russian defeated Jamie Pickett, knockout, second round. I just automatically fade Pickett every time I can, and I didn't on this one. I wrote it down, just like I wrote down fucking Shane Lowry in golf last week, and I didn't take him, and I took Hovland instead. I want to die. I did the same thing here. Didn't bet it, but Jamie Pickett still sucks.
I bet him like an idiot. Horrible bet. Just
It was funny to see everybody like, oh, he looks like an action figure. Like, this dude's so athletic. Like,
no.
have you ever watched him fight?
Yeah, just because
I
you're
thought
black doesn't mean you always win. It's just most of the time.
Exactly. I thought the Tallulah guy was gonna knock him out in the first round, and if he didn't, he would tire. But man, he just got pissed off after that point got deducted. That was the worst thing that could happen to Jamie Pickett.
I'm just gonna start counting my fucking main events as triple on my record. That's just what
There
I'm
you
gonna start
go.
doing.
Hey, featured bouts always count as more. Wes.
Featured bout. I
Featured
mean,
bouts.
you're talking to the sharpest dude in MMA betting right now. Yeah, I mean, featured bouts, triple points. Oh man, god damn, that shit's so
Dude,
good.
that was the best defense of being shitty I've ever read in my life. Like, yeah, I'm 2 for the last 20, but those 2 wins are main events, which obviously my book pays 10x on.
But even last night, the one he hit it straight minus 250, but he played him inside the distance too and lost that.
So what if I lost like 12 straight bets on favorites? I just won this minus 250, and if you didn't know, main event Greek, baby.
Boom.
Dude, he straight broke through to like all of like MMA gambling Twitter last night. Like not MMA, but like gambling Twitter, like other dudes in the sphere was just like, is this guy for real? What the fuck is going on?
Absolutely love it.
Paul Shag has been killing me in the chat with all the memes and
Incredible work.
Then he's like, I mean,
you like these, Brad?
Which ones are those? Bud Lights?
Soda?
I don't think I've had those ones. Gotta try them? Yeah? All right. Break it
The
down.
Coke is the best. You always got to go variety, right? Like any seltzer, you have to go variety. Like, only an absolute.
You can't drink
psychopath.
12 of the same thing in a row.
Yeah, what kind of psychopath's like, sure, I'll take 12 black cherry claws. Like, you got to be like a sane asylum to not get a variety pack. With that,
I mean, our boy Water Show will get 12 black cherry, but then he'll also get 12 lime.
He'll make his
12
own.
mango.
Yeah.
He'll make his own.
A variety pack of packs.
If I was ever to not get a variety pack, I would probably just get the cola edition, not the cherry cola, just the cola edition of the hard sodas. The other ones are good. The cola is fabulous. Good beach drink.
I'd have to do like a lime or something like that, something that's like not too sugary.
So this is the first time I've had these in the can. I usually will get like a Yeti and put like ice in it and drink it like a soda. You know, not as good right in the can.
No, it hits different when you're coaching the soccer.
Yeah. See the forearms in that pick? That was no flex. Those were soft forearms.
Very true. Very true. This dude needs to be everywhere. They need to have him on every card on Fight Pass. That's how you can get me to watch more stuff on UFC Fight Pass. You put the cash and merchandise, man. What was that?
I don't know if Fight Pass was.
I wonder what like Kalikas thinks when he's scrolling Twitter on Tuesday nights. Like, cause he still follows all of us and shit. Like, he's got to be like, what am I doing with this fucking guy?
Brad,
I need to ask him.
Brad, didn't he yell at you because we were mean to the Greek one time? Is that
no, I don't think that was the Greek. He knows the Greek can take it. I think that was Cathless. Cathless.
He DM'd me one time, was pretty upset.
No, it was the Greek.
No.
It was.
No, he was definitely one of the dudes that was selling on Breaker.
He DM'd me about being mad about going after Marley and shit. Because he was like, he's on my site and this and that. I was like, all right, Nick, you know.
Someone told me it was the Greek. Maybe it wasn't to one of you guys. Maybe it was someone else who still worked there the last couple of years.
Trish one time when they first went Anik did some of them. She has Anik's like number and shit from used to going to the fights a lot and stuff. And she texted him or something and said something. And Anik was like, this dude's like shaking all over the place next to me. It's so fucking weird. So, like, they got to be thinking, like, what the fuck is this guy doing here, man?
I love it. He makes for great television.
He's great.
He's
Very talented.
he's literally like a '90s hotline tout. It's like if you took people
He's Brandon
today,
Lang.
yeah, I mean it's unbelievable. He's from that era. I mean he's still. I said it last night. That dude can stay on script, man. He stays right on it. He's a fucking character.
Dude, that tweet last night was so classic tout. Like the main event, man. like what to say? I've won 2 of my last 3 main events, and he's in the middle of like a 2 for 22 streak.
Yep.
No, he's won 3 of his last 4 featured bets, which have been in the past 2 weeks. Well, he's gone like 3 for 25.
And last week after he hit the feature, he's like easy game.
Easy money.
Yeah, he's like
stealing.
Yeah, it's like stealing easy money. I'm like, can't be Rick. Dude,
he went 1 for 4 plus lost a parlay, and he hit a favorite in the main event. Easy money stealing. Dude, it's like page 1 of the tout playbook.
Magic's right. He's like complete troll. He's gonna bet like 300 units on Bo Call it even for the season.
Yeah. To win 300 units. Someone took my action of $30 million on Bo Nickel. Oh, God. All right, let's move on. Catchweight division-ish. 205. Dalton Almeida versus Anton Torrola. Dalton Almeida, man. The inside distance got down to minus 260, which seemed off. So I took that. He's good.
Yep. He's very good.
No one wants to fight him.
Can you blame him?
Yeah, that guy's
Where's Alvey at? Where you at? He should have called Alvey at. He should have just got the mic and been, where you at, Sam? And then threw it down. Not even say Alvey. Where you at, Sam? And throw it down and walk away. So
that dude's an absolute fucking monster, man. Like, and the way 205 is right now, like, oh boy. I mean, he's there, man. They were talking about it. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. 205 heavyweight, double DC type shit. Like, he could beat these dudes, right?
He's so good. And don't shoot me when I say this, but like, this man could beat Glover tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Like, no problem.
He'd probably be like minus 300 against Glover. He'd beat Yuri.
He has to fight someone in the top like 10.
Yeah, we gotta see that. That's the only thing that we haven't seen. I mean, everything else is there.
I think sometimes you're going, yeah, but who has he fought? And he hasn't fought competition. Sometimes I'm like,
doesn't matter.
My eyes tell me something. I don't like. All right, Justin Jacoby's ranked 13th. I think he beat Justin Jacoby. You know, this dude's unranked.
Yep.
Is he still unranked?
Yeah, he's unranked. Like,
come on.
Like, no issue. Like, my man.
What are we doing here?
I don't know. You know, I'm looking at all these guys. Like, Anthony Smith is ranked 5th. Could you imagine what this man would do to Anthony Smith? Like, how is he unranked? And Anthony Smith, how is Anthony Smith 5th? Like, Anthony Smith would be an underdog versus like everyone behind him.
Imagine the burglar PTSD Anthony Smith would have if he fought the jailman.
The jailman coming through his window at night.
The Nebraska cat burglar strikes again. Oh God! All right,
Lance. I know you don't listen to the podcast, but you need to go back to last week and listen to our breakdown of that fight. It was legendary stuff. Yes,
Almeida.
It's incredible. Yeah,
he'll be in the third leg in every parlay.
That's good.
It was good to know.
All right, last fight of the prelims: Julian Erosa, Hakeem Dawuda. I mean, typical Canadian. I took doesn't go here. Felt good about it. No. Erosa could have got him out of there like 17 times. Hakeem went full Canada. No offense.
Yep.
No offense.
Nope.
Yeah. Awful.
Yeah, I got this one like completely wrong, and like I should have known something was off when the dude did come in missing weight and shit. Like usually that doesn't bother me whatsoever, but he did look like off. He looked off and like really, really bad.
Slow. He was
Yeah,
slow.
like something was wrong. Like something leading up to this had to have been wrong. And yeah, I mean, I got it completely wrong. Shout out to our boy Dan Tom, who I think he's a little biased with the Rosa, but he definitely made some good points. And yeah, you got that one right. I was completely wrong.
I don't know if anyone surprised me more in the last long time than Julian Erosa. Not this fight, just in general. Do you remember when Erosa?
He's actually kind of good.
His first stint in the UFC.
He used to get knocked the fuck out
so
though,
bad.
And now
like, this dude is one of the worst fighters. That was only his second stint where he got knocked out. He lost. He came back. He lost 3 fights in a row. Got knocked out twice. That was 2019. That was only 3 years ago. He comes back. He only fights once outside the UFC, and now he's won 5 of 6. And this winning streak, he's not beating bums. Charles Jourdain, he's picking on Canadians. Oh, I read that.
Yeah.
He's beating a lot of Canadians.
Yep.
Well, it's like he used to get one punch fucking knockout, and it's like he got a chin out of somewhere. It's like one of those situations where dudes get knocked out a lot in their careers, and then all of a sudden they don't. That's what it seems like to me, because he still takes punches. The dude gets hit, but he can take them. And his offense has always been good. Like he's always been able to throw down. He would just get knocked out first. Now he's not, and he's beating these dudes.
It's crazy to think at age 33, after this guy fucking hitting rock bottom, losing 3 in a row, and the only reason he got back in the UFC was COVID. That was like, shit, people are fucking rushing to the gates of Fight Island. Like, we got to bring Erosa back.
Showing up on the shore in a rowboat.
Like, I remember when Erosa came back and he was facing Woodson. I was like, Julian Erosa's back. I was like, oh my God. And he just beat the fuck out of Sean Woodson.
I think I can't remember if I actually did bet him or if I just wanted to bet him in that spot. But that's because Woodson's really tall and ugly. So
he's so ugly.
Right?
I don't trust ugly people.
It's a cave
I don't
creature.
trust fat people.
That's a cave. It ain't ugly, man. That's a cave creature.
He's 5-1 since he came back to the UFC. 5-1.
I mean,
Julian Erosa.
You got to think, like, that was a good win. Jourdain was a good win. Like, this guy deserves a ranked fight, right? Like, he deserves a ranked fight. Like,
Jourdain's an okay win. Jourdain's an okay win.
Alex Caceres is ranked 15th.
Yeah.
You don't think he deserves an Alex Caceres fight?
Yeah, absolutely. You're 5-1 in the UFC regardless, with a 2 or 3 in a row. Yeah, it's time to start fighting top 15 dudes for sure.
All right, light heavyweight division. My boy, Brad. I would have talked you into this for Munich if I would have joined the show, but I didn't join the show. Johnny Walker crushes Kutilaba. Plus 180 against Kutilaba. I would take myself plus 180 versus that guy. Easy money. I saw a bunch of people had the sub prop. Hats off. Didn't see that coming.
You mentioned Paula a couple minutes ago. He had
sub 1, right?
He just took all of them just because Bet365, if you know how to do math, you can take their round props.
I got a guy.
You don't.
I don't know how to do math. I got a guy.
But like sub 1, 66-1, sub 2 and 3 were both 100-1. So that's better than like the 15-1 that was out there. But even still,
15-1.
Nuts.
I was completely wrong again. I had fucking the cute labia, and man, it's like, but like I was one of the original dudes on the Walker shit, betting this dude making money.
I've been a Walker.
Then he went to fucking shit, dude. Like, I don't know. It was cute labia.
You know me, Wes. I never people. I go down with. I bet Gray Maynard in his last fight. I bought Josh Koscheck in his last
fight. I know. Frankie. I know.
You've got the most loyalty of any bettor that I've ever met.
It's because I don't care about the money as much. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm betting my man.
Yep. I think the Johnny Walker is boring shit was way overblown because he fought Thiago Silva recently. And that dude makes boring fights with everybody these days. And Krylov, who wrestles all the time. So
the Jamal Hill fight was exciting.
Yes, it was.
He went the inflatable arms guy outside of car dealerships. Oh, great. Johnny Walker, though. I mean, the guy's not bad. I mean,
he's got skills. He's got skills.
He's always had the skills. He started getting a little clocked and chinny.
He should probably grapple.
Yeah. He's a monster on top of a dude, man. Like, I don't get it.
I also really like the guy. Like, personally, like he's very genuine. So, he's very funny. The videos of him, like,
we gotta talk about it after the fight.
Do we think that's fake, or did they? That seems like some Johnny Walker type shit.
It's gotta be fake. There's no way. I've never heard that. The fact, like, they wouldn't let me put my shoes on.
Dude's literally standing outside on the fucking strip or some shit. Like,
this big ass motherfucker.
Gloves are still on and everything.
Yeah, everything.
That has to be a bit. It has to be.
Barefoot. People's looking at him like, what the fuck?
He was laughing too. Like, it was. He's a funny dude. All right, catchweight. Aldana defeated Macy Chiasson, who not had this, but up kick to the body knockout. Gotta love it.
This was one of the roughest beats I've ever had. Seriously, this one hurt. I'm like cruising to some nice dog money and get a fucking like downward heel strike to the liver that knocks her out. Like, you cannot even write that shit, man.
Literally never happened.
That was a tough loss there, man. Because like she let her get extra weight and stuff. Let her fucking have a catch weight because she wasn't gonna make weight. Yeah, brutal.
So apparently,
I don't think she tapped.
Apparently, Aldana was already at 136.
Yeah,
when they asked for the catch weight.
Yep.
And then, so I respect the cheating. You wait until your opponent cuts all that weight, and then you're like, actually, you know what we could do? So Aldana was saying that she had to like drink a bunch of water and eat a sandwich to get up above the weight so she could actually fight at the catch weight.
Well, they were saying that it was they think it was like menstrual shit, and Aldana had that happen before to where she missed weight because of it too, and she felt bad. I was like, well, you're a fucking idiot. You're an idiot. If any of that's true, you're a fucking idiot. But yeah,
assuming she's a chick is.
Oh, go on, bro.
I'm just saying. Genders are fluid.
Oh man,
they're fluid. You can't.
You're just I get it.
Who am I to judge? My son the other day. I think Helena got mad at me. My son the other day, Ella had a soccer game, and my son was like jealous because he wanted to play soccer. I was like, "Say you're a girl." No, but I think I know how this works. I think whatever you feel when you wake up, I think you get to claim. So I think you're good. It didn't work. I was a coach. I would have played him.
What's his speed and footwork like? How does it compare?
He's a baseball player. So
no speed, no footwork.
Yeah,
but I bet he's got a double.
One game versus the whole season running wise.
No footwork, no speed, but the man can shoot a mean double.
He's playing good this year. He's hitting good. All right, catchweight, Gregory Rodrigues, Jillian. We don't need to talk about forever. This fight sucked ass.
Yeah.
Did I think Jillian had the win? Yeah, I did. Was I shocked?
Kinda.
No. I thought it was very close. I thought neither guy did shit, and it was a shit fight. And I didn't care. I gave it to Jillian. I bet on Rodrigues, and I thought it was going to be 50-50 with the judges. So I don't know. I wasn't surprised.
I bet Rodrigues. I thought he won. I thought he kind of came.
That doesn't count. We know your scorecards don't count when you have a bet on.
I know, but I mean, I still thought he pulled away late and took the third in the fight, but did I think that could have went to Lane? Absolutely. I wasn't. Fuck, I was a little worried when it went to the cards. It was that close. You can't. It's one of those you cannot bitch on either side.
Magic. It was the opposite. Rodriguez was the huge favorite after the third, and people kept saying, "Do I know?" I thought that's what someone said.
Nope.
You sure?
No, it was Lane because they laid plus 600 or something on
Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Oh, I must have read it wrong. I thought someone said Rodriguez was minus 1,400, and that's when I said to someone, "I think the fix is in."
No, but like I took Rodriguez decision plus 300 after round 2 because nothing was happening. It was a super close fight.
I thought it was close. I gave it to Jing Liang.
Yeah.
I thought he did a little bit more. It's like, I guess where I don't cry robbery is where I feel like nothing fucking happened. Like nothing fucking happened. Like the only moment was in the second round where he got dropped. So if you want to give it to him because of that, I'm okay with that. I wasn't expecting to win. I wasn't expecting to lose. I was expecting to see what the fuck happened. I was happy because I thought my good run was over, but no, worked out good. Next catchweight, Chimaev, Holland, first round, fucking nuts. I played the under 1.5, free fucking money. Chimaev he was not going to be there very long.
That was still pretty awesome, man. Like, I'm gonna be always a little salty that I didn't catch this dude with Gilbert, but I'm gonna make as much money as I can on him now. And that under was just unbelievable. Plus money, like we knew what was gonna happen here. He was gonna go in and fucking take Holland down and fucking choke him. I mean, when the lines reopened, I think he got reopened like minus 350 or something like that, minus 400 against Holland. That was crazy. I got him in a couple parlays there. The guy's a freak, man. He's got to make weight. I mean, they're saying that he's saying that I can make 170 and shit. Like, we'll see. That dude's fucking massive. Like
why make weight?
Yeah.
Fuck Adesanya up. Oh my god, what do you
dude? He should just go to 185 now, and he would fuck Adesanya up. He's fucking Pereira up. He's taking Pereira down and choking that man out. He's choking Adesanya out. Like, he's middleweight.
Yeah, but then he's gonna fight Costa.
Well,
that's
maybe.
A mushroom slap by Costa.
I want to see that fight over almost just about anything he can do at 170. Give me him Costa tomorrow.
The funny thing is, if you look at the top of 170 and the top of 185, stylistically, 185 is way fucking easier. 185 it's striker. I know Chimaev's wrestling is good. I get it. It's good. I'm just not picking him in a wrestling match over Colby Covington. I'm not going to do it. I think Colby Covington can wrestle him. He's a wrestler. So, like, I think that is a tougher matchup. I think Usman's a tougher matchup. I think he fucks Leon Edwards in his ass.
Yeah,
I mean, if you look at the top of the division, though, like, there's tougher matchups at 170 to me.
At 170, though, I will say, though, like, I think the wrestling kind of cancels out, and it's going to turn into some striking with him and Kobe or him and Usman. And, man, he hits fucking hard. He's got some pretty good hands. Like, we just watched Usman get knocked the fuck out. Like, not putting it past him not beating those guys in a kickboxing match either, but
he can.
Definitely tough. Definitely tough. He could do to Izzy tomorrow what he did to Holland. Like, straight fucking up. He could do that shit tomorrow.
The only guy I can think of that he has no chance against is Bo Nickel. He can out wrestle Bo Nickel. That's the funny thing when you look at a wrestler of his capability going into the UFC. It's like every matchup we look at in Bo Nickel his whole career, it's like, like, you can out wrestle Bo Nickel. It should be interesting to see how this plays out. I do think he goes up to 185 next fight. I don't know who he fights there because, like, you have to give him someone like really high ranked. It's almost, you could look at it where, like, you give him Costa.
They just made like Cannonier and Strickland. So, like, that's a couple of the top dudes right there already matched up.
Derek Brunson's ranked above Costa, if you were wondering.
Come on, man. Did anybody watch that fight? I don't know what these dudes do.
Is if they matched him with Andre Muniz.
Muniz fucks him.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup.
That's a tough. That's. I mean, we're talking about Muniz
He's
being
good.
the right matchup to win
I
against
like
Izzy
him.
and them. Yeah,
Magic,
he's
do you
good.
really think he's going to stay at 170? I don't see that. I think they're going
I
to.
don't think it didn't even seem like he tried to make weight for this fight, so I think he can make 170.
I think he was
He's-
misreading.
He's done it fairly.
Probably.
Like we've never heard of him having problems before this. I think he just was
He's
not
big
even
as
trying.
Fuck though.
He's
big.
made it. He's never missed. This was a straight. I'm off. I'm not even fucking trying because he showed up to the weigh-ins like he was dry and shit. He looked like he just got up and stuff. He wasn't cutting weight. They knew fucking the day before he wasn't. We'll see though. I mean, that dude's a monster at either way. He's ridiculous.
I think Magic to what you suggested with Colby. To me, that's the most marketable fight. This guy who just America all the time, all this stuff like America, this wrestler, all this, the trash talking, everything else. Like Chimaev Colby could easily main event a pay-per-view, and it would do pretty fucking well. Colby actually, like, if you look at his pay-per-views, Colby's pay-per-views do pretty well. Like,
those MAGA chuds will buy anything, Lance. Come on. You know.
But like the one thing I wonder now is like Chimaev came off kind of like a villain now, and you're kind of matching up two villains. You know?
No, but you booked that shit in Florida.
Boy.
Oh yeah, I mean, trust me, the red hat fucking mouth breeders they're showing up. They're buying that pay-per-view.
Despite weird stuff, I like Colby. I like his style of how he talks shit and everything else. Like there's been
every once in a while he says something legitimately funny too.
Yeah, he does.
He says it. Like there's been some things, even though like the Marty fake newsman, like something little like that, like he
snoozman and shit. Yeah, he's funny from time to time. He took the stick. Yeah, he took the shtick kind of far. But
he's an idiot.
I think the dude's a great fighter to watch too. Though that's the thing. He fucking backs it up. He's ridiculous.
A lot of fun stuff. Or maybe Dubronx fucking goes up to 170 and chokes.
He just chokes him off.
Teaches him the lesson.
Oh yeah.
That wouldn't even be. Maybe he fights Makhachev and Chimaev at the same time. Same shit, just double.
Yeah, got them both in a fucking
time. All right. Main event. We don't talk much. Who gives a fuck? Nate Diaz defeated Tony Ferguson plus money. I was happy. Fun fight. Nate's gone. Tony's done.
Tony Washington. Wow.
I'm not sure Nate's gone. I don't know about that.
He's done.
I think that there's a possibility they may kill him in McGregor 3 and make a bunch of money. Like that's not out of the,
maybe.
There's definitely a possibility.
Connor sleeps him, I think.
Yeah, that would be really bad at this point. I think so.
Connor's still like, if you look at Connor, he's a fucking idiot. But like, you look at pictures, like he is in shape. Like he's still big. He's in shape. All that stuff.
Yeah, he's on the yams, dog.
Dude,
he's eating plates of yams.
Yeah, he looks good.
Well, he's taking the yams, but then he's doing all the cocaine on the other side. So he's keeping his weight level. He's got the balance,
That was a fun fight though, man. Like all things considered, that was a fun scrap. Tony with those leg kicks. I don't know what Tony was doing at the point to where he shot and got fucking choked.
He was done, man. He was done getting punched in the face.
He was so tired. You could tell he was not ready for 5 rounds.
No, oh yeah, absolutely. Like he trained for 3 and you could tell, but man, just the leg kicks could have won him the fight. Like Nate was hobbling everywhere.
Nate's too fucking stupid to get finished by leg kicks.
It was a good fight though, man. Great fight. Plus money on Nate, and we knew he trained for 5, Tony for 3. Like
Nate didn't train for shit.
Nate didn't. Yeah, that's just Nate can just show up and fight 5.
Yeah.
Like as much as we think that Tony has this endless cardio, he actually has to train to get there.
Yeah.
Hey man, it's Tony's. He's done, bro. He is done.
R.I.P.
That was bad.
It's kind of wild to watch how the decline that fast over the past. Well, I guess it wasn't like real fast, but over
It
the
hasn't been
past
that
year.
fast.
It was the
Man.
Dubronx fight.
Yeah.
That was the fight that, like, because when he fought, Dubronx was he either slight favorite or underdog in that fight, like, and that's like from that fight on, Tony just fell off the fucking cliff. And I also think like some stuff like that, like, is it mentally a little bit where it's like when he lost to Dubronx, that was it, right?
He took
Like,
some
for him,
beatings in there.
He wasn't getting back.
He took some beatings in there too.
He took
And
some
then,
beatings
like-
when he was winning fights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then even like it was 4 months ago, he literally got knocked the fuck out and then came
Yeah.
back that quick. Not good. He's done, man. I don't know how I feel about DC's ass out there now though, like going after every dude's like they're done. They got like what shut the fuck up, dude. What's it your place
That
to be?
tub of shit.
Yeah, like, and it's multiple guys now. He's came out and been like, "Oh, they're done. They got nothing. They need to just give it up." Like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't
book
He just needs
DC
to-
one more
to shut up
fight
in
versus
general.
John Jones at heavyweight. That could be his debut. Let's see. DC sucks, man. He gets worse every time I hear him talk. Like he's
It's-
and now he's like reading tweets about him where like everyone's like, "You fat piece of shit, you suck." Like awful.
it's crazy. I think you might have said Lance, but he is probably the
Yeah.
worst commentator in all of sports. Like any sports you fucking watch, who's
Yeah, I
worse?
can't find one. I can't. Now I grew up on baseball, right? Like baseball
Yeah.
class. But I watch all sports. I see everything. I like every sport I watch. DC is literally. I have like remember the video of the kid that did the news from Ball State, that meme video from like 20 years ago.
And
Boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah.
You had too much
Better than
enthusiasm
DC.
when you said it, Lance.
What?
You had too much enthusiasm when you said it.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Still too much enthusiasm.
He's better than DC. Like he could have a better
Yeah.
career announcing sports.
Well,
than
because
DC.
like DC doesn't say anything interesting or entertaining or insightful, but he also never stops fucking talking.
And he's always wrong.
Yeah,
Always.
he's like worse than Rogan at this point with calling shit like locked in and they're hurt. Everybody's hurt. He's bad, man. And then when him and Rogan get together, holy shit, man, it's a train
So
wreck.
bad. It's so bad. At least with Rogan, at least he's like enthusiastic. He's iconic. He's earned the right to be shitty in a way, right? Like Rogan's earned the right to be an idiot and not watch fights and not know who guys are. DC's is this fat tub of pudding who somehow got this fucking job when he's an idiot. Like there's got to be better people they can find than Puddin' Pops.
I mean, like ESPN gave him a show to where he breaks down fights and shit. And it's like
And he doesn't even watch.
I feel like who's being wasted is Anik, because I think Anik is like a very, very good kind of that for that role. And man, he's in there with some. I mean, yeah.
Well, when it's pay-per-views and it's Annex, DC, and Rogan, like you literally feel bad for like. Can you imagine like the 7 hours that John
I know, bro.
Anik has to sit there listening to those morons be
A
wrong?
dude
Like,
that does his homework, hours of like
Yeah.
research and homework.
It's so
Yep.
funny when DC says something that's like horribly wrong. Like, yeah, he fought blah 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 last fight and won by knockout, and Rogan and Anek's like, he actually lost his last fight by submission.
That was 3 fights ago, DC.
There was
Jesus.
one, and I forget, it was like a couple months ago, and DC, like Rogan or someone made a comment about this last fight, and DC was like, "Yeah, I remember he fought someone, and then this happened. I forget who it was." And Rogan was like, "Yeah," and he was like, DC was like, "It was a long time ago," and Anik was like, "Yeah, it was blah blah blah," and it was his last fight. Like, he has no recollection of any event that has ever happened except himself. Like, he's such a piece of trash. Like, I can listen to Felder. I actually like Bisbee. I can deal with Bisbee. He's funny.
He's gotten a little worse lately, but he's better
Better
than
than DC
most.
and Cruz.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Who's
like
that? This way?
I like Felder too, but like if you put Felder with like DC or something, it gets
It rubs off on him.
yeah. Felder and Bisping can be kind of funny at times, but they get kind of going off on fucking. It's just they don't have a lot of good people fights, man.
I never thought it was possible for someone to be worse than Dominic Cruz. Like I thought that was the peak of idiot when it came to sports commentating, and then DC, man, he did it. You gotta admire him almost. Like he had a goal, he had a mission. I am going to be the worst commentator in sports, and you know what? He did it. Think how it's kind of impressive, right? Thousands of commentators. He's the very worst. That's impressive.
I mean, he never achieved his dream of being the UFC light heavyweight champion, despite what they will try and tell you. So he had to have another dream. He never won an Olympic medal, so
the cat came out of the bag when Dom pretty much put him on blast for like not doing shit. He got all mad, and they literally did a fucking 15-minute ESPN sit-down interview between the two to iron things. I was like, Dom was still like, "You don't do your work, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and fucking lie. You suck."
Well, the thing is funny is like Dom sucks at his job, but I kind of think it's not his fault. I think he just naturally sucks. He does all the research. It sucks. The funny thing with DC is like how he talks in the moment and stuff. If he actually did attempt to be a professional, he would be good. He has the natural voice. He follows the action pretty well and all of that. He has too many biases. He doesn't understand scoring. He doesn't know past fight. It's hard to announce. It's the one sport where like you really have to see the past fights to understand how to talk about the current fight in a way to break, because they're doing strategy and technical things. And DC just doesn't give a fuck, man. He's got the dream job and won't give 5 minutes to do it because he's eating. Like that man will not leave. If all you can eat buffet, like it's door to door, man. You're not giving up. You open, you close. I'm here. Like he doesn't have time for tape study.
Yeah, him and Rogan with them being biased. It's almost like they talk before almost every fight and figure out who they, because it happens almost every fight. I don't know why, but those two will literally get on one side of a fight and their mind is made up, and then they're shocked when like, how are they scoring these rounds that way? Like, it's bad.
They suck.
Well, they talked themselves into that on the Zhang Lang fight. They're like, oh man, he's blowing them out.
Yep, same fucking thing.
We're kind of close. I don't know. All right, let's move on. Let's go to the fight card, which three of us, some shitty fights here and there. We can probably go through pretty quick. Lightweight division.
I hope so. We've already been doing this for like 50 minutes.
I know, I'm pretty tired. Let's do this in like 20 minutes. Lightweight division, Nicholas Mata, Cameron Van Camp. I don't know if you guys know who these fellas are, but Brad, you can start.
I've seen them both fight a couple times.
Nice. Congrats.
I don't know if it's congrats, but I've seen them fight, so there's that at least. I expect there to be a finish here. I think this line's kind of wide. Van Camp is not great, but he's got some decent subs. Mata likes to get finished a lot of the time. Van Camp can get knocked out, so I think the under 2.5 is still like minus 150 some places. I think that's not bad. I might take a shot on Van Camp inside as well. It's like plus 300, and Mata is not good. Might get finished.
Wesley?
Yeah, I mean, Mata getting his fucking shit pushed in by Jimmy Miller. I'm with Brent. I think the line's just a little wide. I was kind of looking at the under as well. The line's kind of getting up there. Don't hate maybe Van Camp inside the distance or by KO or something. I haven't played anything on this fight, but I'm definitely going to take the dog and Talent Master. I think the line's a little wide, and neither of these dudes are good. But when you're getting finished by Jimmy Miller and, you know, the other dude's getting finished by Filaho that can bang.
At least Filaho can punch.
He can fucking throw heat. So yeah, I think you got, if you're playing anything here, you probably got to take the dog. But I don't have a great read on this fight.
Also, Van Camp's going to be massive.
Yeah,
next
huge.
to this dude in this fight.
Mott is not big. He's a small little guy.
I'm gonna take the little Brazilian. I'm not betting this fight. I have absolutely no fucking idea. All right, bantamweight division, Tony Gravely, David Basharat. Brad?
I know people are super high on Basharat here. I'm not sold yet. I'm not sure if I'm not sold to the point that I think Tony Gravely can get a bunch of takedowns and ride things out to a decision. Probably not, because he does love to get finished. So Basharat might pull something out of his ass here from his back or land something big on the feet to get into a scramble. But I'm not paying this price on Basharat against the best guy that he's ever fought. Like the dude that he fought on Contender Series was an epic bum. Also a Jew. We're not good at fighting. And then I
No.
know that he won against Trevin Jones. Is that the guy's name? Not Trevin Giles. Trevin Jones.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like he loses every fight unless he lands a massive shot. So haven't been sold on Basharat's early UFC performances. Gravely usually only loses to bad guys, but he tends to lose in spectacular fashion. So I'm going to stay away from this one.
Wesley?
Yeah, man, I don't think much of Gravely. I think this is probably a kind of close fight on the feet. I know Brad's, thinking Gravely can get takedowns, probably, but he's scrambly, man. I think he's pretty decent on the mat. I think he can catch something on Gravely here. I think this is going to hit the mat quite a few times in this fight, and I kind of like Lance putting a fucking big lip.
I worked 12 hours today in this chair, and then I stayed in this chair to do the podcast.
We appreciate the dedication.
They got to pay me more.
I know. Your job needs to pay you more.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
I like Basharat here. Nothing big. I do think this gets to the mat and it gets a little scrambly. I don't think Gravely can control him like that. And just looking at a little sub as well. I think he could catch something on Gravely. I know he gets KO like Brad said in spectacular fashion, but the dude finds ways to lose fights, and I think he can do it here. Subs around plus 300. I don't mind that. Maybe a little shot inside the distance at around plus 140, plus 150. Kind of hard to lay that juice on him straight, but yeah, I don't mind a little stab on sub and inside the distance here.
Yeah, I'm with Wes on this one. I like Basharat. I mean, Gravely's he's okay, and I would say like Nate Manass isn't a top tier guy. Brad, for your earlier comment, he's okay.
That was a fucking weird one because like Manass got pounded. He was gaping at the end of the first round, and then just I don't know what happened in the second round. Landed one punch and it was over. Like I said, he loses in spectacular fashion.
Fair enough. During this little decent run, I would say, winning 4 of 5 for Gravely, Johnny Munoz Jr., Simon Oliveira, Anthony Burchak in 2021, and Geraldo de Freaks Jr. And then right before that, he lost to Brett Johns and he lost to Manass. I don't think Gravely's who some people think he is or could be. Basharat seems legit. He's a finisher. I don't know. He seems legit to me. He looks good. Pretty big for the division. Good subs, good ground and pound, passable striking. I think he can get this fight to the ground and do whatever the fuck he wants here. His inside the distance number, I think, is like plus 140, plus 150. I think that's worth it here. So I'm going to take Basharat, the snow leopard. It's quite lame, but I'm still going to go forward inside the distance here. All right, let's move on to the lovely women's flyweight division. Maria Agapopa versus Jillian Robertson. Oh, Canada, Brad.
I mean, I'm torn here because low-level women's MMA, which says one thing,
Take the dog.
but Agapopa fucking sucks, and she dies after like 4 minutes of fighting. And Robertson might be able to take her down even before that anyway. So I think I'm actually going to pick a women's favorite here. And to punish myself for doing that, I'm going to go get another beer.
You're going to go who?
You said
Get
get
another
another beer.
What?
Yeah, I like Robertson here as well. I don't know if I like her enough to bet her. But yeah, I think she gets takedowns here eventually in this fight. And I think she finds a finish here. Kind of like her by sub. It just sucks that the price isn't really big. Mason Book is throwing like a plus 250 out there right now, so I think Robertson sub might be worth a tiny little sprinkle.
Yeah, Jillian Robertson, man. I don't know.
They both suck. They both suck, bro.
They do. Like, I always feel like Jillian Robertson, when she's good and looks on, she looks good.
Yeah.
But she loses so often.
Yeah.
And it's like I keep thinking about the one time I saw her take someone down, dominate, ground and pound, sub, and I can't get it out of my head. But in reality, she's fucking terrible. Like, she's really, really, really terrible. So I don't know. Maybe I'll pick her on this fight because I usually always pick her, but I'm not betting this fight. All right, next
This
fight.
other chick lost to Shayna Dobson and got dominated by Marina Moroz.
She's horrible. She's really bad.
Very bad at fighting, and she doesn't have muscles, and that's usually the thing that that beats Robertson. So
Muscles.
yeah, muscles.
These Jimmy Garoppolo muscles.
Yeah, the forearms more so than anything else going on.
What do you think Fremont Street's gonna think of these babies next week?
You might have to cover them up.
They're not used to those things leaving the strip. They might
They
shut
got
down.
open carry laws there, or
I've
what's
known.
going on?
Yeah,
probably.
Well, did you hear Circa change their fucking rules for? So Circa, they always have like. Have you been to Circa, West?
No, not even there yet.
So it's like a fucking football stadium of sports.
Yeah,
It's got a whole middle section. They have couches, recliners, all that stuff, and you got to pay for them. And then on the left side and the right side, they got chairs. Like, think of like movie theater chairs, like all the way up, down, like up and down. And it's always been first come, first serve, just like any other sports book, right? Like, you go down, you grab a chair, you sit there. So they changed it this year for NFL. You have to pay for a chair, $175 for a chair, so you can lose $1,000 on bad beats in the NFL. So
that Jeffrey Benson knows how to make money. I'll tell you what.
That's the spot, man. That place is in.
My plan is I'm going to do Saturday college at Circa. Just go fucking wild because it's gonna be Circa Sportsbook is fucking like you walk in, like you see pictures, you walk in there and you're like, fuck, like I've never seen anything like this. And then I think we're gonna do PH for Sunday, the old stomping ground.
Classic.
I got to go back, get me an Earl. Little 18-foot pizza.
All right, you can stop.
It's almost
sad, I'm sad.
It's almost the special like Thanksgiving sandwich time with the Earl.
Dude, if you're not like one of your nights at like 4 a.m, fucked up eating an Earl in your bed, like you haven't done Planet Hollywood, right?
Wake up and there's like a 3/4 eaten Earl beside you.
Yeah, there's like sauce coming through the paper and shit.
It's when you can't decide if you have to order the breakfast sandwich or the lunch sandwich because it's like 5 in the morning. Wes, you have 9 days to make something work.
Man.
Oh God.
Pain. Fucking pain.
The President's Cup is that week too. While we're there. Should be good.
Yep.
Anyway, strawweight division. Or no, lightweight division. Trey Ogden, Daniel Zellhuber. What the fuck is this?
What the fuck?
I know who these people are. Pass?
So it's me first. I don't want to steal this one, or I don't want to make Wes talk about this one. But I remember being extremely high on Zellhuber coming off of the Contender Series. Looked really good there. He's young, Mexican dude. Seems like he's got skills kind of everywhere. But it was so long ago that I can't actually remember anything about him. And of course, I didn't go back to watch it. But I do know that Trey Ogden kind of sucks. Just gonna pass this one though. I think at some point I may have picked this dude as like the breakout fighter, which great pick
Ooh.
because nobody's ever heard of him for like a year and a half.
Wes, anything?
Yeah, I have absolutely nothing on this fight. I watched this kid on Contender Series, but like Brad said, it was like last season, couple seasons ago. Yeah, I got no idea on this fight. It's a complete pass for me. I guess Ogden and the Contender Series kid and the Town Master, but I got nothing.
Yeah, I got nothing here. Speaking of nothing, women's strawweight division: Denise Gomes versus Loma Boonmi. She's still here. Good for her. Good.
So I only know who Denise Gomes is because this fight recently happened on Contender Series. So I remember it. She's not good. She's probably going to lose here, but again, I'm torn. Because it's low-level women's MMA, and you bet your ass I'm not betting a minus 200 or higher in that shit. But I think she should probably still win. Dog walk, for sure.
Yeah, Wes.
Boomay by decision. No bet.
Yep, no bet. All right, women's
Might
bet division: Aspen Ladd, Sarah McMahon. Brad.
Just banger after banger in this one. Wow. Do you think Aspen Ladd's gonna come in with Parkinson's on the scale again this time? She's gonna have the shakes because of her terrible weight cut, or do you think she's actually gonna, miss weight or make weight? I don't know. It's the only thing that's mildly interesting about this fight. I'm going with Mom Quit McMahon. She can still out wrestle anyone in this division. I know that Ladd's a fat ass who barely makes 135 if she does it at all. So maybe it's a little bit harder for Mom Quit to take her down. And then you're always going to be clenched for the last 2 rounds when you got to bet on Sarah McMahon. But I'm going to take the shot. I'll take the plus money, little bet on her, and I know that it's probably going to be a decision, but every once in a while, she just takes somebody down and wraps up that arm triangle in the first 2 or 3 minutes before she loses all of her desire to fight. And it's usually a pretty ridiculous number that you can get on that. I think McMahon round 1 sub right now is plus 1,600.
Wes.
Yeah, I like McMahon here. I don't think Ladd is that good. And, somehow she's still a favorite in another fight. That I think that say whatever you will about the Mom Quit and all that with McMahon. That mom quit, but you know what you're getting out of McMahon. Like, she can out wrestle most of these chicks. She keeps control. She doesn't go. Brad talked about her getting side chokes and stuff, but she only goes for those when she's in just prime position. She doesn't give up her position on the mat. Just a good fighter to have your money on. Whatever you say about her at a dog price, you got to take her here against Ladd. That sub round 1 price is insane. Probably a good shot to take a small stab there. But if that doesn't happen, it's going 15, and that's sitting at almost plus 200 at some spots too. So both of those bets aren't horrible. I like decision myself. I think this goes 15. I think it's McMahon on top in guard, dropping some hammers every now and then and controlling Ladd. I'll take the plus money and a little shot on her by decision.
Yeah, I like McMahon here. She's old. She's in her 40s now, but she can still wrestle. And I think when Ladd is wrestling someone that she has a disadvantage of, She can get taken down. She can get laid on. She's really only good on top. And I think McMahon is just a far superior wrestling. Vlad has not been very good lately. She hasn't won in 3 years.
She's gonna have a bad weight cut too, whether she makes it or not. She's gonna have a bad weight cut. It always happens. I mean, she literally fucking passed out and shit. Like, it's gonna happen.
Yep. And I think plus money, McMahon here in what I think is going to be just a complete wrestling grappling match. I think she can win this one. There's always the worry with McMahon and her gas tank. She gets swept and knocked out later in the fight.
You're clinching third. You're
Like,
clinching third.
She's never been knocked out. So she's got 6 losses. 4 have been by sub, 1 was decision, and 1 was Rousey kneeing her to the body. So the good thing here, if you're backing McMahon, is that Aspinlad doesn't even know what a submission is. So, I mean, this is probably going to be like, if Aspinlad has any good moment, she's going to start like screaming like a banshee that she does, and Sarah McMahon's just going to be like, oh shit, this is like when my kids start screaming, and she's just going to wrestle her some more.
There you go.
Be perfect.
All right, welterweight, Trevin Giles, Luis Koshi, Brad.
So not a lot here. Giles has been finished in every one of his losses, whether he gets hurt and then subbed, or more recently just gets completely knocked out in fights. It hasn't gone well for him. Now he's starting to drop down to 170, which is going to be even worse for his cardio, even worse for his chin. Still, somehow, he's kind of a fat ass at 170. I don't think that Louis Cochise is any good, but he's got a little bit of power. He'll throw punches. I'm probably going to take a shot on him landing something early on Giles. If not, it's going to be a bad Trevin Giles fight. Maybe Cochise gasses so bad, like in his last fight, that Giles can take over late. But even then, I feel like in the bit that we've seen Cochise, he went all out for a finish against the Palladium guy and gassed himself out. I don't think he's going to be quite as stupid as Giles or against Giles, or need to be quite as stupid. So I'll take a little dog shot, a little dog by TKO here.
Wes?
Yeah, I think that's probably a good way to look at this. I kind of like the under myself. I think Cochise does have a shot to get a KO here. But I think Brad's also right that if he doesn't, I think he's going to go for it kind of early. And if he doesn't get Giles out of there, he's probably going to gas a little bit. And Giles is still pretty decent. He's got some hands. I kind of lean him taking over kind of in the second round or so. Maybe even if it does go to decision, that's probably definitely a Giles fight. So lean him to get a win. If I bet it's going to be the under.
Yeah, I looked at the under on this fight, but it's juiced to like minus 140 now, which I don't love. I don't know. Giles does have some good power. He could finish him, especially with the gas tank. But I think if you're going to play this fight, I think Koshi knockout is probably your best bet. It's plus 400 right now. I don't think he's going to get a sub, but it's plus 350 inside the distance. So if you are going to play this, I think that's the play at that price. So I don't know if I'm going to play this yet. I got a lot of maybes on this card, but this is one of them. But I'm gonna say Kochi by knockout is probably what I'm looking at. All right, featherweight division: Damon Jackson, Pat Sabatini, Brad.
This fight is much more competitive than the line. I don't know that I'm gonna take the shot on White Leech here. It's been closing a little bit over the past little while, but what I did already play on this one, and I know that some people disagree, but I don't think the under 2.5 in a Damon Jackson fight should ever be plus 205. I mean, this dude has gone to decision like 3 or 4 times in his entire career. Either he is going to choke you out, or, I mean, sometimes he gets choked out in ridiculous positions, and sometimes he just gets laid out, even by guys who don't necessarily have the most power. So I think we're going to see a finish here, and I'm going to take a shot on the under at the under 2.5 plus 205. And I might end up on Jackson as well, because I do think that he can have some success in the grappling here.
Yeah, but Jackson's turned into like a backpacker lately, so I don't know.
Yeah.
He's a backpacker now. Won't work against this man. Wes?
Yeah, I mean he was throwing a little bit with the midget he fought last time and was getting he was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
He
like
got hurt a little bit in that
Yeah,
one, so I think he can get hurt in this one too. So
absolutely. I kind of like Sabatini here. I'm probably not going to bet him. I think Brad's absolutely right. Like the under here in a Leach fight at 2-1 is crazy. Like he went to a decision last time, but look at that fight too. This dude is never in boring fights. He does backpack a little bit now, but he's going for subs. Like he's trying to get a dude out of there. Chinny, hittable. The Leach is. Pat Sabatini's going to put on a pace. He's going to be in there. I think this doesn't see 15 minutes. I really like the under with Brad here at 2-1. Pick is Sabatini. I think Sabatini can get in there and put a pace on Leach and probably get him out of there. Maybe KO. But I like the under a lot. Sabatini a pick.
Yeah, I like Sabatini here. I think he's good. I think he's good. I think Jackson's only chance here is going to be a sub from the bottom. If not, I think it's going to be Sabatini on top, beating the hell out of him. Sabatini could knock him out on the ground. We could see possibly a submission.
KO 10-1 on Sabatini.
I mean,
yeah, that's a bit high.
It's going to be a lot of ground and pound. And Damon Jackson does gas. He doesn't eat it very well. I think his only chance is honestly going to be pulling a sub from the bottom, which I don't see with the base of Sabatini and how with his top control and just how he plays. So Sabatini's also not a risk taker. So I don't think he's going to put himself in positions to possibly get a finish at times. And I don't know if he's going to put himself in a position to get finished. I think this is going to be Sabatini on top, beating him up a little bit. And I do actually see this going to the cards. I think Sabatini does get it. I think the line's fair. Honestly, I think the line is.
You think
fair.
the total is fair or the money line is fair?
The money line.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Sabatini is a rightful favorite here. I think it's actually pretty low. I'd be pretty surprised if Damon Jackson could have success against a guy like Sabatini in his wrestling. So I like Sabatini. I will be betting him here.
Remember when Sabatini almost got killed by Jamal Emmers, and then Emmers decided to give him his ankle?
Yeah, it happens. You just don't fuck with Sabatini, man. I don't know what to tell you. All right, moving on. Middleweight division. Anthony Hernandez, Marc-Andre Barriault. Brad.
When I first looked at this fight, I was like, holy shit. Barriault's plus 155 against Fluffy? Against Fluffy? We're talking about Fluffy here? And then I was like, yeah, he's got good cardio. He's hard to take down. I was like, wait, is he hard to take down? No, in fact, he is not hard to take down. And Fluffy's just going to wrestle this dude. I think he's going to probably give up position a bunch of times, going for that stupid, I've got back control, but I'm going to try and sneak around and get that arm-in guillotine that they always try and do and lose. But I think he's just going to keep wrestling and keep putting a pace on Barriault. And because Barriault does have good cardio and is relatively tough, it's probably going to go 15 minutes. But, man, Canadian bad. So I'm going with the not Canadian in this one. Yeah.
Wes?
Yeah, that's the tough part. I got just absolutely fucking burnt again by Canadian last time. Yeah, I still kind of like Barriault on this spot. I don't know. Maybe does have shitty fucking takedown defense. I don't know. Now that Brad started talking about it, I mean, as far as I remember, it's okay. It's good enough. I don't know how good Fluffy's got these insane takedowns and wrestles. It's like he does a lot of fucking just low level fucking boxing on the feet and stuff too. And I think if in that spot, Barrios decent. He's got some decent hands. Brad talked about his cardio. He's going to be there for 15 minutes. This ain't going to be no Rodolfo fucking shit going on. So, man, at plus money, I kind of like Barrio in this spot. And I do think it probably goes 15 minutes too. Barrios' decision is last time I looked was a pretty good price too. Plus 550 at DraftKings. So I don't think that's bad spots against fucking Fluffy Hernandez. Plus money and plus 550 decision. Yeah, that's probably something I'll take a little shot on. If Fluffy fucking goes full Matt Hughes and is fucking wrestling Barrio all over the place, then I'll lose my money. And props to Brad, he got it right. But like Barrio as a dogger.
So just before Lance does his breakdown, the Korean fella, Jung-Yong Park, both of these guys have fought him. Jung-Yong Park got 5 takedowns against Barrio, won a decision quite easily, and Fluffy got 6 takedowns against Park and choked him out in the second round.
I don't do MMA math.
MMA math always works.
Fluffy's not a great wrestler, and I think on the feet, I don't know how close this is. I think also, Barrio keeps a pretty good pace. Keeps it on, stays close, pushes against the cage, and I don't know. I don't see Fluffy just being able to take him down at will.
I can't.
I don't.
The Beverly Hills Ninja took this guy down.
Fluffy's kind of like a positional grappler. Like he always going for weird submissions and stuff. He gets in these weird scrambles, but he's not a very good wrestler. And I think at plus 150, I think I'm willing to take a risk here that Barrio can keep it on the feet, and if he keeps it on the feet, I think it's his fight. So I probably will be playing Barrio out here. All right, heavyweight division: Tanner Boser, Rodrigo Nascimento. Brad.
Apparently, I don't follow this corner of MMA gambling Twitter, which thank God. But a lot of people are on Rodrigo Nascimento in this fight. And I'm not sure if they've ever actually watched him fight because he's very bad at it. He's not good. He lost a round to Alan Badout. And that guy, even in 2022, should not be on the UFC roster, which is saying something. So I think that Boser's just going to do the classic Boser in this one. He's going to dance around. He's going to pot shot him. He's going to land leg kicks. He's going to be the faster, more technical striker. It's going to suck for a heavyweight fight. I'm kind of shocked that I was able to get this line, but the over 1.5 was minus 125. So we're going fatties in this one. Got to pay a little juice to get there. I'm probably also going to play the fatties plus. The 2.5 in this one, and I think Boser's probably going to win a very clear decision in a not very exciting fight.
Wes?
Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot much more to say. I mean, those are Boser type fights. I mean, that's what he does. I think this is a really good opponent for that. And just kind of sitting on the outside, pot shotting him. Nascimento sucks. Like you're just gonna have to worry about Boser not getting him out of there, but. Boser's got a 1 or 2 like knockouts in the past few years, but mostly he does what Brad says and fights up. I like the over here. That 1.5 is kind of crazy. Boser by decision is like plus 350 or something like that. That's worth a shot to me.
Take that.
I mean, even if you think Boser is going to get him out of there, I mean, his money line's still sitting at around minus 165, minus 170. That's not bad. I don't think Nascimento's really good. I don't think Boser's like great. I know he kind of got some hype a while back, but just look at his level of competition and the guys that he was, in there in tough with. I like him here. Boser by decision. That over is the play there.
Yeah, I like Boser here to win, but I don't know, man. I don't like laying juice on Tanner Bozer. not my thing. So I'm gonna pick Bozer, but I'm not gonna bet it here. All right, midway division. Joseph Piper versus Alan Amadofsky. No way the UFC is not going to give Piper an easy win after that whole
I mean, they're serving him up a guy here. That's for sure.
I like this kid, Joe Piper.
They're serving him up a guy, but
A really bad guy.
But is Piper like any good at all?
He's better than this random fella.
I don't know if he's minus 450 good.
No way they're not giving Piper a guy he's gonna fucking absolutely dominate versus after that whole thing with him.
I don't know that he is minus 450 against anyone on the roster. Good.
Have you seen his Sherdog page? His picture?
No, I'm not looking at
Just
it right
look
now.
at it.
What I am looking at is the fact that, what was it, 2 years ago? Two and a bit years ago, he lost to something called Jonathan Patty, a guy who...
He's good.
A guy who got knocked out by Jamie Pickett.
Jamie Pickett's not bad, though.
Piper lost to a guy who got knocked out by Jamie Pickett, and now people are trying to lay minus 450 on him.
I'm laying it. I don't care. I'm laying it. Look at the Sherdog picture. I mean,
I'm not doing it. Actually, I will do it while you guys are breaking the fight down.
Oh my god! Look at this man.
Man, that's. Whew.
This dude did get like knocked out in the first round by John Phillips.
Oh, look!
John Phillips is the white Mike Tyson.
What is this thing going?
There's no shame in that. There's no shame in that at all.
Like he got a bicep on his neck.
I don't know if like Amadofsky and Toutmaster 100%. I don't know if I can bring myself to play Amadofsky like round 1 TKO or anything like that. It's his only shot to win this fight. But there is no chance that I'm ever betting on Joe Piper at minus 450. That is insane.
You're crazy. Look at those neck muscles, Wes.
Yeah, I can't touch that either. I definitely can't touch Amadofsky though. There's no way in hell. What I was looking at though was, man, fight starts round 2 is like slight plus money. Do we think Piper's gonna go in there and knock him out in fucking 30 seconds? Like,
yes.
I guess it's
no.
possible.
We think Amadofsky's gonna go and knock him out in 30 seconds.
I don't know, man.
Amadofsky's lasted a minute 21 seconds in his last 2 fights combined.
Yeah,
John Phillips and Joseph Holmes.
he went 15 with Jotko before.
I could go 15 with Jotko.
Yeah, probably.
Trying to hurt me.
This is a complete pass for me. I'm not laying any fucking kind of price like that on Joe fucking whatever the fuck pass.
I'm betting Joe Piper. I mean, it's easy. This is the easiest fight in the card. It's Piper. What is by not like
Amadofsky round 1 is plus 1,500.
I'd rather have that.
Piper round 1 is minus money.
Joe Piper has Ronda Rousey pricing.
Girl like Brad's right. He got beat by some no-name bum just a couple years ago. Like,
yeah, but
no
that's
way.
like he got the titanium elbow work done. Now he's dropping guys. He's those neck muscles.
So after Jonathan Patty beat Joe Piper, he got knocked out by Jamie Pickett. He lost to something called Chauncey Foxworth, and he got knocked out, not submitted, by Joe Holmes in round 1.
Joe Holmes, he beat Alan Amadofsky.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm picking Piper here. He's going to knock him out in about, I would say, 1 minute. I think it's going to be a minute. I think he's going to get to the minute mark. All right. Let's move on. Andre Fili, Bill Algeo, Brad.
All right. Don't need wiki capping for this one because I've actually seen these guys fight. There's no fucking chance I'm going back and watching Joe Pyfer and Alan Amadofsky fights. Are you kidding me? I do not understand this one. Andre Fili loses when somebody has huge power and can knock him out in spectacular fashion, or they're a power grappler and they can just out wrestle him and get on top of him and do the job from there. Bill Algeo is neither of those. I love Algeo. He's got good volume. He's very tough. He's going to survive pretty much a nuclear holocaust. But he's going to get taken down anytime that Fili wants to take him down in this fight. And he's the worst striker here. He's awkward and he throws a lot and might land a bit. But he's not knocking Fili out. And he's not out wrestling Fili. So Andre Fili, I can't believe this is close to even money. I took minus 112 on Fili for a couple of units.
Wes?
Yeah, I like Algeo too. Fun fighter, but I think Brad hits all the points here. I think it's a good matchup for Fili. Just a guy that's going to come in and Fili's going to tee off with that length, man. He doesn't have to worry about getting completely obliterated in this fight. That's the guys he has problems with. Dudes that are, power wrestlers can get on top of him and stuff. And I just don't think that's a problem here against Algeo. Can Algeo outvalue him to a decision here? Maybe. That's a possibility for sure. But I like Fili here. I think the price is good. I think this probably goes 15 though. Fili by decision is sitting at like plus 160 or so. I think that's a decent little spot as well. But I just think this is a good matchup for Fili. Doesn't have to worry about some dude landing a bomb on him, I don't think. And a dude that can power double him and just sit on top of him in his guard. So yeah, I like him in this spot.
Yep, I like Andre Fili here. He's been on a little bit of a tough run, I would say. But I think Fili's just a more talented guy. I think this is a striking match, and I think Fili's just a better striker. I think he's more creative. I think he's going to be a good bit faster. I think that's going to be the biggest difference here. I think Fili is going to be just a much faster striker. When he's on, he's very good. He can outstrike guys pretty easily. He's very fast on the feet. He has gotten in trouble against bigger, stronger, big punchers, that kind of thing. But I think this is going to be a technical striking match on the feet, and I think Andre Fili is just a much better striker. So I like Andre Fili here. I think the price is good for a bet. So that'll be the consensus bet of the week on Andre Fili. All right, let's now move on to the co-main event of the evening. And we have Chi and Jaquani, which is crazy. Chi and Jaquani co-main events on UFC versus Robocop, Gregory Rodrigues. Fred.
So again, I get this line more than the Fili line, because Chudi's got some power. Hobocop gets hit, but man, we're kind of forgetting that this is Chidi and Jaquani. Like, this is regional circuit all my entire life. Can't wrestle, can't grapple. Chidi and Jaquani. And my only concern here is that Hobocop, the coding gets wrong in there, and the prime directive is like, hey, let's strike with this dude instead of let's take him down and choke him the fuck out. But even if that happens, man, I wouldn't be shocked to see Hobocop win a striking battle, because he's going to push forward. Chidi's not going to be massive compared to his opponent in this one. He doesn't have more power. Honestly, Hobocop's probably just as good of a striker at this point. It's just a matter of if he gets chin checked. And that's all if he fights the stupidest possible game plan and doesn't grapple Chidi. Because if he grapples him, it's quite possible.
We've seen it. We've seen it.
Very likely.
It's quite possible. But like, we saw How many years ago was it that Chidi was in Bellator? Like 4 years ago, just getting absolutely raped by anybody that wanted to take him down. And I know that allegedly he's got his black belt now and he's, a great grappler. He is screwed if Hobocop wants to take him down in this fight. So I definitely have Hobocop as a dog in this one. I don't know when this line is going to stop going up. I took Hobocop at plus 100 for a unit. I'm going to add more because it keeps climbing. I see Bet Online has plus 108 out there. I don't understand. Somebody make me understand.
Wes?
Yeah, it's a close one for me. I'm a big Hobocop guy. Like the dude. There's flaws there too. You're absolutely right. If he stands and makes this a kickboxing match, it's close. Like the line's right. If it's stand up, and I kind of lean more that probably happening. Like you can't tell me that Chidi hasn't improved since he's been in Bellator, because he absolutely has. Now, don't get me wrong. If Hobocop has any sort of brain cells left and gets inside quick, gets him down, like it's a problem. I don't know. I feel like that's not what Hobocop likes to do over anything. I think he likes to stand and fucking trade with guys. And I think that's what's going to happen here for the beginning of the fight, at least. And I think that gives Chidi a chance. He doesn't have the Hobocop power, but he's got like combo power. He puts a few on you and hurts you. We've seen Hobocop stunned. I mean, that dude he's a little bit chinny. I think this is close. I think the line's probably right. And I lean Chidi in this fight. I haven't bet it. I think it's real close. I'll probably end up talking myself into putting a little bit on him. But man, would I be shocked if Hobocop caught him? No. If he took him down, it's going to be bad for Chidi. So there's definitely more pass for Hobocop, but I lean a kind of a kickboxing match early, and I think Chidi can catch him. I'm gonna pick Chidi. No bet is it right now.
Yeah, it's worrisome with how dumb Hobocop is. I mean, this guy is absolutely next level dumb. But I think he has to eventually smarten up. He's 30 years old now. He's ultra talented. I know he's fallen in love with his hands, but you would hope eventually he goes, hey, there's no resistance if I go here. And I think this fight, more than the rest, he's fighting a extremely one-dimensional power hitter. So if there is ever a time Hobocop is going to be smart and go, hey, super, super, super easy to win this fight if I take him down, this is it. Because on the feet, it's tough, right? We talked about it. It's a tough fight. If he just shoots takedowns and gets him down, which he definitely can, Chidi has absolutely no takedown defense. It's not a close fight, and I just have to hope eventually he gets to that place. And I think at plus money, it's a must bet. So I'll take Hobocop here. Let's now move on to the main event, which is bantamweight division. Cory Sandhagen, Song Yadong. Brad, who are these people that are in the chat? Alex Jones? What did he post?
This is the first time that I've ever blocked anyone in the chat.
You can do that?
Yeah, I just discovered that I could. Because I was like, hey, what the shit is going on?
I didn't even see him posting shit.
What was that?
I didn't even see it. He was posting a bunch of shit.
Yeah, it wasn't about us.
No. Dumb shit.
But let's not draw too much attention to it. Main event, man, this is going to be a fun fight. I honestly don't have a great read on this. I think that the Ginger is going to outpoint Yadong here. He's gonna do the touchy on Yadong a lot in this fight. I know that Nushan likes Yadong.
He's a Sandhagen fan too.
which always gives me a little pause. I'm not betting Sandhagen here, but I kind of expect that he takes a decision. I don't know if maybe just like the wars and battles have caught up with him a little bit. He's not old, but maybe Yadong can land something big on him. I just think it's going to be a Sandhagen moving around, landing from the outside, controlling the fight sort of thing. We've seen that he can grapple if he needs to. We've seen that he can be competitive with high-level fighters. I'm not ready to say that Yadong is there. So I'm going Sandhagen to take a decision here, but I don't feel confident in this one at all.
Wes?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat there. I like the Dong. I think he's a really fun, exciting fighter, man. It's pretty much in a boat here to where he has to. I think he has to land a big shot on Sandhagen, and I'm still not convinced that even if he does land a bomb or two on Sandhagen, that he's going to get him out of there. Like, Sandhagen's got an unbelievable chin, and I just think outside of that, like, Sandhagen's going to throw probably 2 or 3 times the strikes as Yadong in this over a 25-minute fight. Yadong's not going to take a decision off of Cory Sandhagen. It's just not going to happen. So, yeah, I lean Sandhagen here. I think if you're betting Dong, probably just take the inside the distance or TKO money. Just don't think he wins a decision against Cory Sandhagen with the output that Sandhagen has. So lean Sandhagen. I haven't bet him. I'm not sure if I will. I'm like Brad too, and Sean's liking Dong here. Like, there is that possibility that chin goes on Sandhagen. Who knows when it does finally go? Yadong hits like a fucking truck. So I just don't see it happening. So Sandhagen's the pick for me.
Yeah, I've never been a Sandhagen guy, as you guys know. He doesn't do it for me.
Tall ginger. Oof. Terrible combination.
He does nothing.
Funny body too, man. That body's like weird.
Like you guys, I don't have a read on this fight. Considering we all don't have reads on it, you'd think we'd be betting Yadong here. I don't know what Sandhagen looks like. You know, he lost the Jan in the fake title fight, the interim title fight, or whatever you want to say. And I don't know, like he's lost 3 fights in the last couple of years. He's taken a full year off, and he's not a guy that it's like he's had some big knockouts like for Frank and stuff, but he's not this one punch power guy that's going to put you out there. And I think he's facing a power puncher, and he's not facing just a power puncher. He's facing a technical power puncher, and I think is his forward movement and throwing a bunch of volume going to put him in danger versus someone like Yadong? Is he going to be a little bit slower? I don't know. Yadong has very, very, very good hands, and I feel like this fight is going to take place on the feet. If I was to bet this, I would be taking Song Yadong. I just don't know if I am. I think there's better spots on this card. Now, if I'm having a great night and we get up to the main event and we're getting close and I see that Yadong KO plus 400, I might look at it. I don't know. But I'm probably going to pick Sandhagen to win a boring decision, but I'm kind of on the fence with Yadong having a good shot here.
Right. This one's for Steve in the chat, but fight ends in split or majority decision, plus 450. I could see that happening here.
It is a Sandhagen fight.
Sandhagen having the volume and Yadong having the big shots. That could be interesting. Both these guys super durable, just trading.
Possible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're for Magic's question. We got Triple G and Canelo going down this weekend too. That line is a little wide. We'll say that.
I didn't know that guy was still fighting.
How old is he at this point?
55.
Who, Triple G?
Yeah.
He's like 36, 37. He's up there. He's definitely old.
Canelo
40 now. Canelo's fought like double the rounds Triple G has though in their careers. Like, Canelo's fought a lot. It's closer than plus 400 though. Like, you're gonna get a good fucking honest performance out of Triple G, and you're just kind of the only thing you worry about is like Canelo gets the judging. You got to like smoke Canelo.
That's not a worry. That's not a worry that Canelo is going to get the judging. I mean, they've already got the churros dipped in cinnamon. Everything's going on there.
Yeah.
The scorecards are actually sitting ringside, already filled out for the judges.
I mean, we got Bivol massive over Canelo. Like, you might as well take a little Triple G with those winnings and see if you can get it again.
There you go. I think Magic still has that tweet pinned.
He should,
Bivol, yeah, that was a great one.
Yeah, I mean, the sharp dudes were on Bivol, like Maddie. Me and Maddie talked about it.
Shraps.
Yeah, Shraps was big on Bivol. Oh man.
All right, that'll do it for this week. We appreciate you guys listening. What card's next week?
I don't know. Whatever's next.
I think we're off for a week, but we got Bo Nickel in between.
Oh, that's right. 'Cause when I'm in Vegas, there's no fucking card. Like, what are the odds?
Yeah, then it's like a chick main event. It's
hell yeah.
It's Mackenzie Dern against fucking Jan.
I can fuck with that.
Dude, the co was Brendan Allen Jotko. Speaking of boring Jotko.
The week after is the worst main event. Alexa Grasso versus Vivian Rojo. That is a fucking and the co-main event is Misha Serkinov, who I thought had retired 3 times.
On that Dern card, first of all, I hope that her fight kit is the same as that dress she's been wearing to all the UFC cards lately. That would be a tremendous marketing decision by the UFC. You're welcome. You can have that one for free. Next one costs you. But there is no chance that I am not betting Hani Yahya to knock out Cody Garbrandt.
Yeah, absolutely. That bet should that's already in.
Lance, did we say Munich for this week?
Oh, Munich, Hobocop. Whoops.
That's actually a fun card under that, man. Randy Brown against fucking Grandpa. Barcelos is back against Trevin Jones.
Brendan Allen
against
plus money versus Jocko, though. That's
dude. Fucking Lennox is fighting Latifi. Like, this is
great.
There's some good stuff on this card.
We'll have fun. We'll have fun with that one. Week off next week, though. Boom. Should we do a special Bo Nickel show?
What?
Ooh.
Should we do a special Bo Nickel show?
No. All right. We will see you guys next week. Appreciate you listening, and good luck this weekend.